There have been several polls that come out that 90% of Americans support universal background checks. What's your stance on that? Do you support universal background checks?
I haven't got involved in that. In our state, we have already had, prior to my being governor, background checks to prevent felons and others with similar situations from possessing firearms. We have a significant system there, one that's worked successfully in the past, and I haven't got engaged at the federal level.
So would you support any further legislation? I know it's pretty unpopular with most of the Congress members, but the ban on high-capacity magazines or assault rifles.
In our case, the reaction I've seen in the past year in terms of issues like that has been, I thought there were some people that wanted massive gun control. There's some people that wanted to arm everybody in schools. I thought both kind of gave a false sense of security. The better issue is the one we've dealt with in Wisconsin, where we put new resources and new abilities into helping people, particularly with severe mental illness issues, which seems to be a consistent issue in a number of these tragedies, not only in terms of those using firearms, but others using explosives. And that's really where we put our focus there.
So then you don't think that it would be a good idea to put armed officers in every school?
I don't think it's certainly not something I'm advocating to be mandatory. Many of our schools, including the schools where my youngest son still goes to high school, have law enforcement officials there, but that's something the state doesn't mandate. That's something the school districts take upon based upon their own security issues and plans. They're not prohibited from doing it, but they're not mandated to. So my point in that was saying I don't think we should, in reaction to that mandate, that every school have to arm someone. And the same on the other end of the spectrum, I don't know that pushing whole new waves of gun control is necessarily the answer. The larger constant issue that seemed to come out of some of these tragedies was people who had severe, in many cases multiple years of severe untreated mental illness issues, and that to me seemed to be a bigger issue. And even in our state, early this year, we had someone come into the Capitol with a backpack full of Molotov cocktails that was intent on causing harm. Obviously, gun control wouldn't have affected them, but maybe providing some assistance for people who fall through the cracks when it comes to mental health services.